Bloodroots is a fast-paced action game that has you aggressively tearing your way through anyone who gets in your way in this blood-soaked quest for revenge. You play as a man only known as Mr. Wolf, the leader of a crew of animal-based outlaws who leave him for dead after discovering the slaughtered town that they had left behind. From here, Mr. Wolf rises from the dead, fueled only by rage as he hunts down each and every one of his old crew to set things right. Despite the seemingly heavy subject matter, Bloodroots can be pretty lighthearted. The gorgeous, painterly art style allows for poignant, quiet moments, and cartoonish, over-the-top violence alike. The game is broken into 3 acts, all of which contain 6 levels and a bonus stage, each with their own themes, weapons, and enemies to learn and overcome. The hyperactive, twitchy, grab a weapon and take out the enemy gameplay that titles like Hotline Miami built themselves around is used here, but with a refreshing new spin. You see, as you play, you'll learn how different weapons behave and you'll be able to plan your route accordingly based on what's available in each level. For example, a vase can be used as a projectile, giving you the edge from a distance, while the meat skewer or a saber lunges you forward, which can take out multiple enemies at once or clear gaps that you otherwise couldn't jump across. But be careful not to launch yourself off of a platform by accident. Attacking without a weapon makes you throw a punch, which does take out the enemy that you landed on, but leaves you open for much longer than if you had an item equipped. This makes unarmed combat a dangerous option that should only be reserved for the last guy around, or else... In Bloodroots, you die in one hit, but it's hard to be discouraged when your penalty for dying is that you are instantly brought back to the beginning of the area that you were in, ready to give it another shot with basically no load times. Even at its most challenging or frustrating moments, I found the game tough but fair. Bloodroots is a game that wants you to learn something new and adjust your strategy every time you give it another shot. Over time, the efficiency at which you'll be able to tear through hordes of enemies is addictive and satisfying. This is an action game that just feels wonderful to play. The writing in Bloodroots is also surprisingly well done. I found the characters much more interesting and likable than I had anticipated, and the story here is compelling and satisfying by the end. And while I played Bloodroots on the PS4, assuming that the performance holds up on the platform, I plan to pick up the title again on the Switch just so I can go through this adventure all over again and seek higher level ranks wherever I am. If you're in the market for a wild, stylish, fast-paced action game, you can't go wrong with Bloodroots. Aside from a few lengthy load times between levels, and a one-off bug or two that so far seem to have been fixed with the latest patch, this is a bona fide great time, and I highly recommend it. Bloodroots gets a 4 out of 5.
Whoa!